Commonwealth, 14 realms of more than 50 nations. I think of Australia, which in 1999 rejected a referendum to become a republic out of loyalty to Queen Elizabeth, not the United Kingdom. So the test for Charles now in the coming days, as he goes on a tour around the United Kingdom, is to be a voice of reassurance and to channel the outpouring of sympathy, the rally around the flag effect that comes whenever a monarch falls, to preserve this monarchy that has lasted for literally a millennia.
Hannah, let's talk about what younger Britons may view as the Queen's legacy and how they've seen her in recent years.
So while the Queen has remained just overwhelmingly popular, particularly compared to Charles and others in the royal family, we have seen this sort of generational divide among those who are older being more likely to want Britain or the UK to remain a monarchy. Those who are younger are more likely to want a republic. You see a different sort of scale of the emotional connection to the royal family, to the Queen specifically, which makes sense given how long she was on the throne, and how for older British people she has been there for their whole lives, and for all of that time, and that building that emotional resonance, being there for all these big moments in the history of their country and of their lives, having grown up with her. You see that, and you see less, you see more interest among young people in sort of, it's hard to say how Charles is going to pull, I think, particularly among young people. I think there's the fondness for the Queen. I think we will have to wait to see official sort of polling around feelings about him and the King and how that relates to the feelings about the monarchy as a whole. I'm very interested among younger people because, unlike the Queen, who remains so steadfastly outwardly apolitical for this entire reign, Charles has been involved in more sort of scandals, in more accusations of getting involved in British politics, not only in this sort of symbolic constitutional monarch way, but in a more active sort of lobbying sense, which has not helped to increase his popularity. And I think there is a more of a sense among young people that are more willing to sort of question the longevity of the monarchy and its necessity to British public life. Of course, so much of the British economy and tourism is built up around its history, and particularly the history of its monarchy. But unclear how younger people will see that value going forward, I think.
Mary Jordan, even though some of the ceremony hasn't happened yet and the proceedings, Charles is now king.
Yes, he is. It's a huge moment. He's been waiting for it for a very, very long time. And he, just this summer, you know, he had to deal with big headlines in the British papers that questioned, you know, how he used money for his charities. He had, for instance, in the name of this charity, had been given literally a suitcase full of cash, a lot of cash, £1 million. And people said, look, you know, this is legal, but this is the difference between Charles and his mother. You know, yes, it's legal. Yes, it's going to charity. There was no talk that it was you know, in any way improper. But was it really a good PR move? You know, I don't think so. And so he is taking over with a lot of people going, let's see how this goes, you know? And no doubt he's been preparing and talking to his mother over the last several weeks. They have spent a lot of time together. And I think you're going to hear him say what she told him in the final days of her life.
Rhonda, talk to us about the relationship that the Queen has had with world leaders. And, you know, it's not just the prime ministers who, of course, she has met with, some of whom she was able to develop ongoing relationships with. But talk to us about her presence on the world stage.
Well, it has an incredible span, and she, of course, has met with a number of our U.S. presidents throughout history. And some of them have disclosed the conversations that they have had. I know when President Obama and also President Bush met with her, they were really enamored with her, that sense of duty.